Welcome to the Fear and Greed Afternoon Report for Thursday, the 30th of June, 2022. I'm Michael Thompson. Every afternoon, we've got the 5 things that happened today that you need to know about, so let's jump into it. Story number 1, a tough day to finish the financial year, with the S&P ASX 200 down almost 2% to 6,568 points. Not exactly how you'd like to finish up, down 10.2% for the year. There were some big losses today. The utilities sector was down 2.9%, materials down 2.8%, and the tech sector slid 2.3%. The banks had a shocker. All 4 big banks plus Macquarie all down between 2 and 3%. BHP lost 3.5%, Rio Tinto wasn't much better, and Fortescue was off 4.7%. For a second day in a row, the worst performer on the bourse was Tyro Payments. It closed down about 6.2% today, with investors still selling off the group following Wednesday's news that CEO Robbie Cook was heading to Star Entertainment. Best on the top 200 today, though, was PointsBet, up 12.4%. It hasn't been a great year overall, though, for the sports betting outfit, down 77% across the financial year. It was, though, yesterday's best result by a big margin, PointsBet being up 12.4%. The next best performer was Domino's Pizza, up just under 1%. Story number 2 this afternoon, Commonwealth Bank has gotten in early ahead of next week's Reserve Bank board meeting, increasing interest rates on a range of loans. The most significant increase was a massive 140 basis point jump for all fixed rate loans, covering both owner-occupiers and investors. One variable rate loan did have a reduction in rate by 0.15%, but that's only for new customers with a hefty 30% deposit. Good to see, though, that Rate City is reporting both CBA and ANZ will lift the interest rates on certain savings accounts by 25 to 30 basis points. Story number 3, how is this for an incredible statistic? There's now 1.1 unemployed people in Australia for every job vacancy. That's compared with 3 times as many people before the start of the pandemic. The job vacancy data from the Bureau of Statistics shows just how tough it is for businesses to find staff at the moment. There were 480,000 job vacancies in May. 58,000 were added since February. 1 in 4 businesses say they had at least 1 vacancy to fill, compared to just 1 in 10 in February 2020. The biggest surge in vacancies came from retailers. Story number 4, you can trust a TV network to produce a good drama, and this one is playing out in the courtroom. The Australian reports that Channel 7 has launched federal court action against Cricket Australia in a bid to terminate its $450 million TV rights deal. They are big numbers. 7 has apparently filed proceedings in the federal court alleging repeated breaches of its 6-year rights contract to broadcast Test cricket and the Big Bash League. The claims apparently relate to the quality and standard provisions of the deal, centering really on the struggling Big Bash League, which has been hurt by a lack of big name stars that have been available to play. 7 still has 2 years left to run on the deal. And finally, story number 5, it's a little bit hard to know what to make of the situation involving former US President Donald Trump this week. We heard yesterday about the former White House aide who testified to the congressional inquiry into the January 6th attack on the Capitol. She told the panel that President Trump had demanded he be taken back to the Capitol and had lunged at a Secret Service agent who insisted he go back to the White House instead. But it's all getting a little bit murky now. Apparently, senior Secret Service agents are reportedly prepared to testify that the then president did not attack his security detail or try to grab the steering wheel of the vehicle. We are just going to have to wait and see who gets called to testify and where this all ends up. That's it for the afternoon report for Thursday, the 30th of June, 2022. Don't forget to hit follow on the podcast. You can find Fear and Greed on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook. And every Thursday, Safe Word by Fear and Greed, our lighter look at the world of business, is available wherever you listen to podcasts. Join me and Adam Lang tomorrow morning for the Fast 5 by Fear and Greed, the top 5 business stories you need to know in just 5 minutes. I'm Michael Thompson. Enjoy your evening.